Students, whether the screen is visible? Unmute and just answer, because I cannot
Yes,
able
sir.
to chat. I cannot able to see a chat window.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. So very good morning to everyone. After a long time, we are meeting again in the virtual mode. So for this semester, I am going to handle ADAC and wireless sensor network. So this is the course, and you have the course code as EC8702. Okay, so in this class, we are not going to touch any material that is relevant to your unit 1. We are going to discuss everything in general about this ADAC network, wireless networks, and sensor network. So in last semester, we have discussed about the wireless network. So with the continuation of the wireless network, we have the enhancement over those wireless network, or you can say the application of wireless network with the help of this ADAC and sensor network. So that is what we are going to discuss in this entire course. So before touching upon this introduction, we'll have a overview of the syllabus. Now, whether the syllabus is visible to you? Is it visible, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Only Subhashini is answering. What about the remaining people? Uh,
Yes,
Vignesh?
sir.
Yes, Saravanan. Okay, so you have a lot of peoples available. You just answer whatever. Whenever I put some question, you just answer. You know whether it's correct or wrong, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you are in the final year. You are going to face the interview. You have to open your mouth. Okay, you have to come up with answer. So that is what the interview panel members they will expect. Whether it's right or wrong, how bold enough you are to face any type of questions. Okay, whether you know or not. If you know, you just come out with answer. If you don't know, you just say that I don't know, but I know the concept which is relevant to the particular thing. Okay, so we'll move on with the syllabus. So our title of the course is ADAC and a wireless sensor network. So you have some objectives available. So what you will be expecting from this course? So you will be learning about the introduction about the ADAC and the sensor fundamentals, and you will be discussing about the different routing protocols. You know what is the purpose of routing? What is the role of the protocol with respect to this routing? Then you will be having a depth knowledge of sensor network architecture and its design issues. So you know that in real time we are using the sensor networks, and you know that IoT is one such application in which you will be using the sensor. Okay, you can see, you can claim that sensor network is widely used in the IoT relevant applications. Okay, so we'll be discussing. We are not going to discuss the physical or the activity of the sensors. We will be discussing the you can say the principle behind those sensors, how it is gathering, how it is estimating the information. So those things we'll be discussing. Then you will be having the understanding of transport layer, then security issues of ADAC and the sensor network. You know, when we are operating in a wireless environment, how essential the security is. Okay, so when we are in a wired network, we can able to provide some kind of security, but when we are in wireless mode, it is more prone to the vulnerabilities. Okay, you have more vulnerabilities when we are operating in a wireless environment. So in that case, you need to have you need to secure your networks. Okay, so in that case, you will be discussing the issues of the security with respect to the ADAC and sensor network, and you will be having exposure over the modes. Okay, so that is the micro nodes, that is the mode with the programming platform, how it works, and what are the tools that are available with respect to sensor network. So that is will be discussing in the ADAC and the sensor network course. Okay, so the unit 1 fully deals with the ADAC network and its routing protocol. So as I want to say one thing, so this course is purely theory oriented, and it is based upon fully algorithms and the architectures. Okay. So one thing you need to remember, you read with relevant to your general real-time concept. Then it will be very easy to understand. Okay. So don't buy out anything. Whatever you have, all the diagrams or images with you with respect to those pictures, you will be explaining the concept. For example, if you have a routing, you have how the routes will be decimated from source node to destination node. So based on that, you are going to apply the algorithm and you will be extracting the output. So that is how we are going to discuss with ad hoc and a sensor network. So the first unit fully deals with the introduction to ad hoc networks and routing protocols. The second unit fully gives the introduction about the sensor network and its architecture. You have two type of architecture. One is the layered architecture, other one is the structure, that is a clustered architecture. We will be discussing those two. Then we will be discussing about what are the different types of hardware, what is the basic function of a sensor node. Those things we will be discussing. In Unit 3, we will be discussing about the wireless sensor networking concept and its protocol. Wherever you go, where you will be having this networking concept, and you will be having the supporting protocol associated with this networking concepts. Okay. In this, you will be having the energy efficient protocols and the protocol that supporting the networking concepts. Okay. The next unit 4 we will be discussing about the sensor network security. You have different type of security protocol. The unit 4 exclusively defines the security of the sensors. Okay, so this this unit will be really a very interesting one. Then finally we have the sensor network platform and tools. What are the tools? What are the OS in which the sensors are operating? Different types of challenges. Then the tools that we are going to operate with when you are working with these sensors. So that is what we are going to discuss. Okay, in Unit 5. Okay. For this you have the two textbooks available. One is the Sivaramurthy and P.S. Manoj for the ad hoc wireless network architecture and protocols. Already I have posted these two textbooks in your Google Classroom. You just to go through, and this syllabus also I have posted yesterday itself. Okay, just to go through those materials on the textbook. If you have any doubt, you can kindly let me know so that I can able to clarify you at any time. Okay, so these two books entirely covers the syllabus. Apart from this, this book is excellent book for a sensor network, that is Sven Zhao. Then Charles Perkins. So this is also a on such an excellent book. You will be getting the basic fundamentals and the routing protocols. All those things will be available with this CE Perkins, that is a ad hoc networking. Okay, so I too have these books also with me. If you want, I also post this references book with you when you are in demand for those books. Okay. So this is all about this overview of this ad hoc and wireless sensor network. So we are discussed about the syllabus, what we are going to do. When you complete this course, you may expect this as the outcome. Okay, so you will get a thorough knowledge about the routing protocol and which situation you need to apply the ad hoc network and which situation you need to apply the sensor network, and what is the routing protocol, and what is the energy efficient protocol, and what is the security protocol that you need to apply based upon the environment and the scenario. So those things, and what are the tools that you will be implementing for real-time environment scenario. So if you want to in place 4 sensors, you want to go for a measuring of temperature or any other else movement of any animals. Okay, so how we are going to place the sensor, that is the deployment of sensor. What is the operating system that you are going to use, and how we are going to capture those information. So those things will come under the sensor network platforms and tools. Those things will be clear. That is the outcome that you are going to come out of this. Definitely this paper will have a sure takeaway in terms of knowledge, which will be very useful to you for the interview point of time. Okay, so this is all about the syllabus. I hope you are clear with the syllabus, that what we are going to do for the forthcoming weeks for this semesters. Okay, so now I'll move on to this PowerPoint slide. I'll make it in a full screen mode. Okay, so now I hope it is in a full screen mode. Am I right? You don't text any message. I cannot able to see. Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, so now this is your time. I will be asking some question. You need to answer. Okay, so what is ad hoc? What is wireless sensor network? First, you will know what is a network. I hope you know from the wireless network. You will be knowing about the network. What is network? What is a network, Pa? Students, kindly answer. Subhashini, let me start with you.
Sir, two or more devices connected together to exchange the data or information.
Exactly. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Then what do you mean by wireless networks?
Without help of the wire, it communicates, sir.
Okay. Without the help of the wire, when you are going to establish any type of networking, it is said to be a wireless networking. Okay. Good. Then what do you mean by sensor network and what is ad hoc network? Have you heard this word ad hoc anywhere else? What do you mean by ad hoc? Have you heard this word anywhere before? In your junior class, have you heard what is ad hoc and sensor? Okay, what do you mean by sensor network? Rohini, Sabari, yes, Sabari.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Sabari. What do you mean by sensor network, Sabari? Straight away, just now I have joined, sir. You putting.
Sir, network problem, sir. அதான் வெளியில போயிட்டேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருந்து இருந்தேன்.
Okay, okay, no problem, Sabari. You just tell me what is sensor network. Whatever you know, just tell me.
Sir, network connected using sensor, sir.
Okay, what is the purpose of using sensors?
Sensor, சார் இப்போ ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்றதுக்கு சார் எந்த மாதிரி நிறைய சென்சார் இருக்குல்ல சார்.
Okay. You take any application. What is the purpose of sensor? You may fix sensors for any application. What is the function of or you can say what is the purpose of sensor?
சார் இப்போ ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்றது சார். இப்போ சார் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ டோர் லாக் பண்றோம்னா அது சென்சார் வச்சானா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா டோர் ஓபன் பண்ற மாதிரி.
Okay, very good, very good. So it has its own purpose. Wherever you apply, based upon that, you will be using that particular type of sensors. Okay, very good, Sabri. Okay, Sangeeta, Shruti, are you there? Yes. Good afternoon. What do you mean by ad hoc network? Have you heard this word before?
No, sir.
Ad hoc. Am I loud and audible, Shruti?
Loud, sir.
Sangeeta, am I audible and louder?
Yes, sir.
But you are not on the other side. You are on the other side. Okay, you are not aware of ad hoc network. Anyone who is aware of ad hoc network? Shankar Manigandan, are you aware of ad hoc network? Shankar, Srina, are you there? Srina, Sneha, yes,
Yes,
Srina.
sir.
Yes. Oh, are you aware of ad hoc network?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone who is aware of ad hoc network? If you know, you just tell me. Otherwise, I'll tell the answer. Okay. So I'll tell. So ad hoc is the Latin word which is normally used to for this purpose. Okay. So for this is the exact Latin word for the ad hoc. Okay. Normally for any type of temporary network, we'll use the name ad hoc. Okay. So ad hoc is a temporary network that also operating in a wireless environment that can be established without any infrastructure. Okay. So if I say about the infrastructure, what do you mean by infrastructure? What is the infrastructure? What is the infrastructure? Rohit? Rohit, are you there?
The architecture of a component, sir.
Rina? Yes, come again.
Sir, it is similar to the architecture of a component, sir.
Okay. When you say that your college has excellent infrastructure, what does it mean?
Sir, it means the architecture and the interior works of college is very good.
Okay. You can put in a simple word. Can you claim it as a facilities?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can say that what are the facilities that are available to establish the communication? That is normally said to be infrastructure. For example, when you take a mobile communication, What is mandatory in order to establish a communication? What is mandatory for a mobile communication? What is mandatory for mobile communication?
Signal, sir.
Okay, signal. Okay, so how do you get signals?
From base stations.
Exactly. Okay, that is said to be an infrastructure. Only if you have the base station, you have the antennas available, you have the signal processing unit available. Okay, so with the help of those things, those are called infrastructure, and you have the mobile units. Okay, with those are said to be the infrastructure. With the help of the infrastructure, you will be establishing the communication. But whereas in ad hoc network, you don't find any such infrastructure. Okay, without any infrastructure, you can establish your own communication. Okay, you can able to establish with the help of the 802.11. What is the 802.11? IEEE 802.11. What is the IEEE 802.11? Are you forgot those things which you are discussed in the unit 1 of wireless networks? Sandhya, Sneha Darshini, Bavadarani, Sridhar, Vaishnavi. Are you aware that one? Aware of 802.11? Subhashini? Subhashini? Tarun Kumar? You kindly unmute.
So
Yes.
Wi-Fi.
No. I am asking IEEE 802.11. What is that one? A standard. IEEE 802.11. For what purpose you have this IEEE 802.11? Almost you have forgotten with all those things. Okay, what you are discussed in the wireless network. So it is IEEE 802.1 is a wireless LAN standard. Okay, when you want to operate in a wireless environment, normally you'll go for this IEEE 802.11. Okay, so ad hoc networks operates with IEEE 802.11 standard. Okay, so all the wireless networks will be operating in those standards. We have discussed about the different types of standards, that is with respect to that variant 802.11 A, B. So like we have discussed in this unit 1. Okay, so anyhow, we'll proceed with this topic. So ad hoc network is a temporary network, or you can say a network that is being arranged or organized for a time being. Okay, for time being, you will be organized. So with that, you will be sharing the information. So how far or how long you will be sharing? As long as your node is having a battery enough or a battery backup, you will be transmitting information. How long? There is a transmission range. There is some restriction available. So it may be some meters, less than when it is operating with a Bluetooth, or it will be less than 100 meters of range. So if your neighbor is within the 100 meters of range or less than 100 meters of range, you can able to transmit your signal without any infrastructure. Such a type of network is said to be a ad hoc network. Okay, so we'll proceed. Okay, so agenda for this class, we will be discussing about the wireless network, ad hoc network, then the application of ad hoc network. Then you will be having the comparison of ad hoc network and the cellular network. That is, one is infrastructured, another one is infrastructureless network. Then we will be having the challenges, and we will be discussing about the types of ad hoc network. So these are the topics that we will be discussing now. So far we are staying away from the topic. Now only we are getting into the general topic with relevant to this course. Okay, so this is about the wireless network. Already Subhashini has given excellent answer for the wireless network, and also the sensor network is given by Sabari. Then ad hoc network is one type of a wireless network. Okay, so in this figure you can see so can you able to identify this figure? Have you seen this anywhere before? Have you seen this anywhere before? In wireless network we use the same figure. Okay, normally in this architecture of 802.11 we'll be using similar figure, but not exactly same. Okay, so here you have the two type of network. One is the infrastructure network, and other one is the infrastructureless network. So can you tell me why I am calling this as a infrastructure and this as a infrastructureless? Can anyone tell me why I am calling this as infrastructure and infrastructureless? I am calling
In
these.
Adobe, there is no base station, sir.
Where, ma? Where?
In Adobe network.
Okay, so you can consider this as A and this as B. So in A, whether you have infrastructure or not,
It is infrastructure, sir.
okay. So what is the infrastructure is available there? What is the infrastructure is available there?
AP,
AP. What is that AP?
access point.
Excellent. That is access point is the infrastructure in which you will be communicating. Okay. What about in case of B?
It is not infrastructure, sir.
Excellent. You don't have
Because
any
there is
infrastructure.
no access point.
Yes, there is no access point available. So the individual nodes that are within the coverage range of each other can be able to communicate. So that is why this is called as a temporary network. So how these nodes operate with the help of the battery. So as long as the battery is supported to transmit the data, this network will be alive. Otherwise, you will not be able to do so. Okay. So this is an ADAC network in which you will be using a different component. So this is a network, same ADAC network. Here we make use of a PDAs. Here we make use of a different nodes. Okay, you may have any number of nodes to be used as a ADAC network node. Okay, so here we make use of the access point. So with the help of the access point, you may able to link wired network as well as the wireless network. This access point can have a physical connection to a wired network. Through the antenna, you may have the wireless connection. So this is all about the wireless network. You can able to classify the wireless network under two categories. One is based upon the infrastructure and other one is based upon the infrastructureless. When you say we have an infrastructure as pointed out by Subhashini, you have an antennas and a base station available. Example for such a network with the help of a base station is said to be a cellular network. And other network is an infrastructureless network. We don't have any base station. Even though there is no base station, you can able to establish your communication. Such a type of network are said to be the ADAC network. Are you clear the basic concept of ADAC network and wireless network classification? Are you clear, students? Am I audible? Yes. Okay.
Sir.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So we'll be having the fixed wired backbone. With the help of the access point, you can able to connect. You can directly communicate with the access point. So it is suitable for the location where the access point can be placed. This is with respect to the infrastructure. Okay. Example for such a type of network is a cellular network. Okay. Then you see, as you know that this is a type of a cellular network. We make use of this base station. You'll be having these wireless nodes that are operating. So with the help of that wireless node, this base station can be directly communicating with the switching center. So with the switching center, you may able to communicate between any two nodes available with the two MSCs. Okay, so under the control of two MSC, you can able to operate. Okay, so you can have this wireless network under the two classification. One is the infrastructure, other one is the infrastructureless node. So the example for infrastructureless will be the ADAC network. Okay, there is no fixed routers or the gateways available. You can take your laptop. Your laptop is considered to be a router, so that you can able to share your communication either with the Bluetooth or with your Zigbee. Okay, so that is a technology in which we'll be using. As you know, the difference between the technology and the device that make use of those technology to establish the communication. Okay, so we know more about the infrastructure. That is what we are discussed in the wireless network. We concentrate more on this part. That is the infrastructureless network. That is the ADAC networks. Okay. Okay. So in ADAC network, there is no fixed routers. There is no fixed routers. All nodes can move and can be connected dynamically in an arbitrary manner. Okay. So you can take your laptop and you can move around anywhere you like. You may go anywhere. Wherever you go, when the nodes are nearby, you can able to establish communication. But when you are moving or when you are dynamic in nature, there is a possibility that you may have link failure. If your neighbor is not available within your link when you are in a conversation or when you are transmitting some information, if you are moving, there is a possibility that your link may get failed. So in that case, whatever you transmit, it may result with a loss of packets. Okay. So that is the major drawback that available with ad hoc network. If you are stationary or if you are static, you may able to transmit and you can able to know who are all your neighbors. With your neighbors, you can able to communicate under the wireless mode. Here, each node will act as a router. It discovers and maintains the routes to all other nodes. Each router will maintain a table. That table will contain an neighboring node information. If there are 4 nodes available, all the 4 nodes contains the information. Okay, so all those information will be available that table of that particular router. Okay, so this is the basics about your ad hoc network. So this is about the cellular network. We have discussed a lot about the cellular network. So we have discussed about the UMT, UTRAN, and also we discussed about the 3G. We make use of the GSM network, then packet data network, then core UTRAN. So those things we have discussed earlier with the 3G. Okay, so with 3G and 4G, we have discussed more in detail about these things. Okay. So now comes to the exact point in which we are going to touch upon. So that is your ad hoc network. So what is an ad hoc network? A network which is derived from the Latin word that is only for this purpose. Okay, that is called a temporary. Okay, so this temporary network is very easy. The deployment is very easy. Deployment means the installation. So when you go with any wired network or when you go with any wireless infrastructure network, you need some help of the base station. Okay, you need to establish your tower, then you need to establish some antennas, then you need to establish some signal processing equipment, then you have to equip with some generators to supply power for those base station. So these things are not required when you go with this ad hoc network. Okay, so that is said to be the ease of deployment. Okay, you take your PDA, you take your laptop, you take your mobile device. If you have sufficient power, you turn on your Wi-Fi, that is 802.11. If you have the facility with you, okay, you just turn it on. Whoever nearby, you will be identified with that location tracing. Okay, with that you can able to establish with any software or with any hardware that is required for communication. You can establish your communication with your neighbor. Okay, that is said to be a temporary. With any short span of time, you can able to establish your communication. Then speed of deployment. So at the lightning speed, or you can say within a fraction of seconds or a microseconds, you can able to establish such a type of communication network. So that is said to be a ad hoc network. Then you can able to have a decreased dependency on infrastructure. You need not to depend on the infrastructure. The dependency is very, very minimum. But this infrastructure may be required when if we want to extend the coverage beyond a certain limit. Okay, if we want to have any centralized administrator, you need to go with some access point. Okay, there you need some infrastructure. So how you are going to extend the boundary in the ad hoc network? As I told that only with the neighbor you can able to communicate. If you want to establish your boundary, if you want to extend your boundary, how you are going to communicate? I need some answers. So you know, in wireless network with the help of infrastructure, you can able to cover more number of range as well as the number of nodes. If you want to cover with a larger boundary, how do you go with this ad hoc network? Any answer? Any suggestion? Any guess? How can we go if we want to extend our boundary or extend our communication range? How can we proceed? Any answers?
Increase the number of nodes, sir.
Okay, I have told that only with a shorter boundary you will be having the node transmission range. So how can we extend? How can we extend? If I am using my laptop, it can able to cover only 100 meters. If I want to cover 1 kilometer, how can I cover those 1 kilometer? We know that we don't go for any infrastructure. So then how can I cover 1 kilometer? What are the possible ways that you have? So this is a general question. You just think it of. You don't have any infrastructure. You don't have any access point. You don't have any base station. But we need to extend your coverage range in order to accommodate more number of nodes. So how can we do? How can we proceed, Pa? What are the possible solutions? You just come out with answer. Whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter. How can we go? Any answers? Any answers? Sangeeta? Sandhya, Sangeeta? Saravanan? Saravanan?
Sir,
Yes. How can we extend our boundary since we don't have any infrastructure? Do you have any guess?
no, sir.
No. Okay. So as you know that since we don't have any infrastructure, we need to rely on your neighbors. Okay. Depending upon the neighbors, how much amount of neighbors you have, the numbers you have. Okay. With the help or the trust you believe on your neighbors, you can able to communicate over a larger distance. If you have more number of, you have 30 to 40 neighbors with you, so with your neighbor, then neighbor to neighbor. So with those things, you can able to extend your coverage. Okay, it means that you need to trust your neighbor. The trustworthiness plays a vital role in a ad hoc network. You need to believe your neighbor. What type of belief you need? When you transmit your data to your neighbor, you have to believe that he will be transmitting to his neighbor in such a way that you can able to reach your destination. Your destination may be 1,000 meters apart from you. So only with the help of the intermediate nodes or with the support of your neighbors, you can able to reach your destination. So how it is possible to reach the intermediate nodes? With the help of the routing protocols. There are several routing protocols. There are two cases in which you can able to reach your destination. There is a shortcut path available or shortest path available to reach the destination, or there may be a longest path. So depending upon the routing protocol that you use, it may able to find the shortest path or the longest path to reach your destination. Okay, as long as you go with shortest path, you will be having a sufficient amount of energy to transmit your data. When you go for longest path, you need to wait for the acknowledgement until it reaches the destination. So there are some issues and difficulties available that we will be discussing in the further classes. Okay. So this is all about this introduction for the ad hoc network. As I told that it is a Latin word that has the meaning for this, or you can say it is a temporary, only for this purpose. Okay, or for time being. So this is the ad hoc network means. So as you know that it is a network which does not have any infrastructure, hence it is called infrastructureless, and you can say multi-hop. What do you mean by hop? HOP. What do you mean by hop? HOP? Any answers? What is called hop? Tarun Kumar? What is hop? Yes, whether you are right or wrong, you just come out. What is hop? HOP? You just answer. Suganya, L. Suganya?
Base station, sir.
No. I am asking HOP, hop. Hop is nothing but the distance between the two nodes, or you can say a link. Normally, a link will be connected at two ends. One may be the one node, another may be the other node. So that is called hop. Hop is nothing but distance between two nodes. Okay. So when you say you have a multi-hop, what does it mean? You don't have any infrastructure. If you don't have any infrastructure, you rely on this multi-hop. Okay, multi-hop means you have n number of nodes available. Okay, so those nodes will play. You have hop number 1, you have hop number 2, you have hop number 3. Okay, so this is said to be multi-hop. This is your source node and this may be your destination node. So between source and destination node, you have 2 hops available, or you can say you have 3 hops, 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 hops, okay, this is said to be a multi-hop. With the help of the multi-hop, you can able to reach your destination. So that is why we are calling it as a infrastructureless, and even though extending the boundary is possible with the help of the multi-hop. Okay, so you can say in other words, a collection of 2 or more device equipped with a wireless communication and a networking capability. So this is a prime requirement. You should be a device when you are applying for your ad hoc networking. It should be a wireless device. It should have the feature of a networking, it should support the networking concept, and you can able to support at any time and anywhere, whatever may be the region. It may be a deeper interior region, or it may be a hilly area. Wherever you go, the communication is possible. Okay, that is why it says you have two type of topologies available. One is based upon the heterogeneous, other one is based upon the homogeneous. What do you mean by homogeneous and heterogeneous? What is a heterogeneous and what is homogeneous? I hope you know the answer for this one. What is homogeneous and heterogeneous? Students, I need some answers. Santosh Kumar, are you there? Homogeneous and
Yes, sir.
heterogeneous.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by homogeneous and heterogeneous, Pa?
Sir, homogeneous means conveying the information through some of the same data types, sir.
Okay, here we are
Like
discussing
same
about the
devices.
network.
Heterogeneous means a collection of different data types, like networks.
Excellent. Your answer is excellent. But we are discussing with your network. So now you tell the same answer in terms of network,
Okay, sir.
or you can say with the terms of devices. Here you can see you have one type of network. You have another one. Okay. So in this case, which this is said to be a homogeneous because you have all the devices of similar types. Okay. All those are called wireless devices, but all the devices are belongs to it may be a PDA or maybe a mobile phone. Okay, so when you go with this type of network, it is a combination of a wired network as well as the wireless network, and it is also a mixture of devices such as a laptop and also the devices of your mobile phone. So heterogeneous means it is a combination of variety. Okay, so we have the different features. Okay, so this ad hoc network make use of the homogeneous net as well as the heterogeneous. Okay, that is the point I want to convey here. Okay, then you can able to say more definition for ad hoc network. So it is a self-organizing. What do you mean by self-organizing? What do you mean by self-organizing? And it is said to be adaptive in nature. What is called self-organizing? What does it mean? What does it mean by self-organizing? Shankar Manigandan, are you there? I want the class to be interactive, Pa. So this subject is purely a theory. So when I keep on delivering the lecture, it will be boring for you. Okay, Stina, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you mean by self-organizing, Ma? You people are doing some work in the college. What do you mean by self-organizing?
Sir, organizing many ways, sir.
What do you mean by self-organizing? There are many ways available. What is self-organizing? You just yourself come forward. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the sense, when you relate those things with a network, it doesn't mean it means that this network they can able to on their own they can able to troubleshoot everything. On their own they can able to transmit. On their own they can able to receive. They are said to be a autonomous network. Okay, they can able to take the decision by their own. There is no centralized controller or administrator to control the individual node. If I believe that I can able to transmit my data, I can able to transmit. Okay, so that is said to be a self-organizing. At any situation, I can able to organize or I can able to present myself. Okay, and it will be adaptive depending upon the challenges or in which the environment is available. I can able to adapt it to that particular environment. That is said to be a ad hoc network. And each mobile host can act as a router. Okay, whatever the nodes, wireless nodes that you are using, that can act as a router. It supports peer-to-peer. What is called peer-to-peer? What is peer-to-peer? What is peer-to-peer? Anyone? Any answer? Neha Darshini? Bhavadarani, are you there? Neha Darshini, Bhavadarani, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bhavadarani, just tell me what is peer-to-peer? Peer-to-peer. What is peer-to-peer? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is peer-to-peer? It is
Sir,
one to one. Okay, one to one. Okay.
network.
Okay, you can able to establish a one-to-one communication, spontaneous one-to-one, spontaneous one-to-one. Okay, okay, it reduces the administrative cost. So normally, when you go for any infrastructure, you need to invest some amount of you need some financial aspect when you want to establish some base stations or the signal processing unit. But you don't have those things with respect to this ad hoc network. Then you have the ease of deployment, that is you can able to install at any point of time. Okay. Then this is the normally the structure that will be used for this ad hoc network. You will be using your tablet, you will be using the PC, that is laptop, then you will be using the smartphone. Okay, so this is a mixture or a combination of varieties of nodes that are available. So now we are going to form the definition for this ad hoc network. Normally we have seen about this ad hoc network. When this ad hoc network are said to be mobile or it is moving, it is said to be a mobile ad hoc network, that is called MANET, MANET, that is mobile ad hoc network. It is a self-organizing dynamic topology network formed by the group of mobile hosts or the mobile nodes. So that is the main concept. So this is the definition for that. Is the slide moving? Yes. So this is the definition for this mobile ad hoc network. The individual host in the network can cooperate. What is the necessity of cooperation here? I have told the answer earlier. What is the necessity of cooperation? Students, what is the necessity of cooperation? Sridhar? Yes, Subhashini. What is the need for cooperation?
Sir, to increase the channel.
Okay, in order to increase the coverage area. Okay, in order to make the node and make the data to reach your destination, you need the cooperation of your neighbors. Okay, so that is what the cooperation, or you can say trustworthiness. Okay, the individual host in the network cooperate by forwarding the packet. Only the intermediate node can able to forward to the neighboring node to reach your destination. And it can be beyond the direct communication range. That is what I mean. So you have the direct communication range. If you want to go beyond the direct communication range, you need the cooperation of your neighbor for forwarding the packet. Okay, so without the help of the infrastructure, it is possible for the host to communicate among themselves. Okay, we have the antenna, that is inbuilt antenna when you go with the 802.11. Okay, so that is what the mobile ad hoc networks is defined. Okay, what is the necessity of ad hoc network? It may not be physically possible to establish any type of infrastructure. So in that case, we'll go for this ad hoc network. When there is no physical infrastructure, even though there is no infrastructure, if you want to establish the communication, we go for this ad hoc network. It may be practically economical to establish the infrastructure. Okay, so establishing the tower or the base station is not practically possible, and it is a time bounded one. Okay, so in that case you go for this ad hoc network. Then the situation, there may be some situation that does not permit to install the infrastructure in a hilly region or the region where you have more snowfalls. Okay, okay, in that cases there is no possibility of installing the base station or the tower. So in that case you need the usage of this ad hoc network. You need the requirement of this ad hoc network. Okay, so this is the requirement, or you can say the necessity of the ad hoc network. Okay, now we'll move on to the next topic, that is the application where we go for this ad hoc network. So kindly remind me at the time in which our class ends. Okay, as you know that I will keep on taking the class. You just remind me before 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, I am not going to take any attendance because I have installed one software. It will take care of the attendance. Okay. Subhashini or anyone, you just remind me before 1 or 2 minutes before the end of the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now we'll move on to the application. As you know that it is a temporary network. What are the purpose we can able to use? Now we'll go for the application where we can employ this ad hoc network. Okay. The first one, a class of students may meet to interact during a lecture. So in that case, you can able to maintain a conference or you can able to establish a temporary network in which you can able to interact the lecture with your students. Okay. The next one, a group of people entering into the conference room want to communicate where there is no infrastructure. A conference room. So in that case also we may use the ad hoc network. The third case, a group of emergency rescue workers that are quickly deployed for an earthquake or the flood relief area. So in that case, you need to establish your communication where the physical communication is not possible. So in that case, you will go for this ad hoc network. So the ad hoc network plays a real-time application in which you will be using those things. With the help of the sensor network also we will be employing. You know that it is a temporary network that can be used at any point of time. Okay, the advantages of ad hoc network, first one, ease of deployment, speed of deployment, you can able to install at a very fast of time, decrease dependency of infrastructure, robustness and flexibility. Flexibility is a vital parameter. The next one, mobility and scalability. Okay, so it supports mobility. Wherever you go, you can able to establish. While establishing communication also, you can able to move. Then scalability, you can able to increase your number of nodes and the coverage area. So that is the advantages of the ad hoc networks. The next, you can able to compare this ad hoc network with a cellular network. The cellular network is an infrastructure network, whereas this ad hoc network is an infrastructureless network. We will have a discussion over this one. So this may be asked in your any university questions, okay, or in semester exam questions. This is one of the important concepts that will be regularly keep on repeating. Cellular network and ad hoc network, you have a fixed infrastructure, you don't have those things, that is called infrastructureless. Second one, you have the guaranteed bandwidth. So with the help of the infrastructure, you can able to claim that if you are agreed to provide a 10 Mbps, you will be receiving data with 10 Mbps. Okay. Whereas whenever you go with this ad hoc network, we are using your wireless network without infrastructure. That is a shared mode. Whatever the information that you are sharing, whatever information you are transmitting, that will be shared by the number of nodes. Okay, so you only have best effort delivery here. Okay, so there is no guarantee that whatever you transmit, it may able to reach the destination. There are several reasons behind those cases that we'll be discussing later. Then you have centralized routing. Whatever the nodes available, it will reaches the information will reaches the centralized base station. From the base station, it will be delivered to the neighboring nodes. Even though your neighbor is with you, you cannot able to transfer directly. It has to reach the base station. From the base station, it has to reach your neighbor. But here you have the distributed routing. Distributed means you will be just spreading your information. Who are the neighbors available? They will be receiving. They will be just forwarding. So that is said to be distributed routing. Okay, here you have the circuit switching concept and the packet switching. So both is possible. Here you have only the packet switching concept. You have seamless connectivity. You have frequent path break. Why you have path break? Since we are moving, that is your mobile. Mobile means not your handset. Mobile means the movement here. So when you are moving, when you are mobile, there is a possibility that you may go out of the coverage range with your neighbor, so that you may have the path break. Then the high cost and the time of deployment. The time of deployment is more and the cost is also more here. Here it is very fast and it is cost effective deployment. The reuse of frequency spectrum through the geographical channel reuse is possible. Here dynamic frequency reuse is used based upon the carrier sense multiple access. Okay, here we make use of the CSMA, carrier sense multiple access scheme. It is easier to deploy or employ the bandwidth reservation is possible here. Here, bandwidth reservation requires complex medium access control protocol. So it is very complex here. The next one, it may include the civilian or the commercial sectors. Here, it includes battlefield, emergency rescue operation, and collaborative computing. So this is the application which you will be using this case. Then it is a high cost of maintenance. You need to maintain this network, which is of more financial aspect is involved. You need to have the backup. You need to have the source, and staffing is also required. You need the human intelligence, okay, not to maintain that base station, or you can say infrastructure. Here it is a self-organization and maintenance are built into the network. If you have a laptop, you have your own built-in, you have the maintenance. The mobile host relatively low complexity. Here it requires more intelligence. So you have the transceiver as well as it will be used for routing as well as the switching capability. So the major goal here is routing and call admission are used to maximize the call acceptance ratio and minimize the call drop ratio. So this is very minimum here. To find the best path with a minimum overhead and quick reconfiguration. If you have any path failure, you need to reconfigure. You need to find the alternate path to reach your destination. Because it is a battery operator, you need not to want to waste the battery power. So that is the vital parameter here. Then it is widely deployed and currently in the third generation of the evolution. Now we have 4 and 5 is comes into existence. You have several issues to be addressed for the successful commercial deployment here, and we have the widespread use in the defense they are still using because they will be under the environment where those communication is not possible. So still we are using this with a high sophisticated equipment with the ADAC network in defense environment. So this is how your ADAC networks looks like. So what this circle represent? You just tell me. You have 4 circles, smaller circles, which is filled with green color. You have a smaller circles here, and you have a larger circles here. What does it mean? What does the small circle and larger circle represent? Students, any answers?
Nodes and the covering range.
Excellent, excellent. So the green color circles represents the nodes. So you can see this is like a 3-dimensional point of view. You just take one green color node and you look those things, you have the boundary here. Okay, you have the boundary. So this is the coverage range for this particular node. Similarly, you can take this node. You have the boundary here. Okay, you can take any node, you have this boundary. When you take this center node, so this is the boundary. You have to imagine the structure with the proper perspective of the individual nodes. Okay, so this is the individual nodes and their boundaries. Okay, so you can see that how these nodes are connected. So this is the way in which the nodes are connected. This is said to be. So as you know that these nodes are static as this point of time. When it keeps on moving, you don't have the same type of topology. You may have a structure like this now. When time goes on, you may not have the same structure. It may differ or it may vary. Okay, so you see this figure. As the mobility causes, you have a change in the route. So now the route changes. Okay, so it takes this path. Okay, so it means that what I want to convey from this point of inception is that whenever the route changes, you don't have any fixed topology. So ADAC network doesn't have any fixed topology. That topology will be keep on changing as the nodes are moving. Okay, so as the nodes are mobile, you have a change in the topology. So this is the operating principle of ADAC network. You have, this is the cases in which you may have 5 nodes available, how the communication established. So there are 2 different paths from A to C or A to E you can able to reach. So this is the one path and this is the other path. You may also go with some intermediate node to reach this case. Okay, so there are several paths available. Depending upon the shortest path, you have to choose your intermediate nodes. Okay, so based upon the intermediate node, shortest path, you will be reaching your neighbors. So that is what this figure wants to convey. As you know that you have only peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer means each node, that is if we take A, the A will be directly connected with this neighbor. So for A, here the B and C are said to be the neighbor. So they will be directly connected. So that is said to be the peer-to-peer here, peer-to-peer. Okay, so and it is a multi-hop. As you know, multi-hop means I will be transferring here, he will be transferring here, and he will be transferring here. So this is said to be the multi-hop. This is said to be hop. You have more than one. That is said to be a multi-hop here. Yes. Do you have any questions? Any clarification?
Sir, it's time.
Okay. So
No,
we
sir,
have.
you said to inform.
Yes. I asked you to remind me. Okay. So we'll stop here at this point of time. So if you have any doubt, you just kindly let me know. If you want to share something, kindly let me know. We'll share. Do you have any doubt, students? So far, what we have discussed from the morning, we have started with the introduction of the ADAC network. We have discussed about what is a network, or what is a wireless network, then what is ADAC network, then what are the classifications of a wireless network. You have wired network and wireless network. Under wireless network, we concentrate only on wireless network. The wireless network can be further classified into two cases. One is the infrastructured and a infrastructureless network. Then we concentrate on the infrastructureless network. The best example is ADAC network. And for infrastructure network, you have a cellular network. And we are discussing the comparison of infrastructured and infrastructureless network. And finally, we started with the infrastructureless network, that is the ADAC network. If you find anything difficult, kindly let me know. Others, else we will wind up the session. Do you want to convey anything, students? Are you clear with the topic that we have presented, that I have presented today? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you for your patient listening. We'll meet in the next class tomorrow. Okay.